Snoop Dogg's daughter, Cori Broadus, is facing a level of heartbreak no parent should ever have to endure, as she mourns the death of her 10-month-old baby girl, Codi Dreaux, a loss that has shaken her family, her supporters, and fans around the world. Cori Broadus, the only daughter of rap icon Snoop Dogg, shared the devastating news at the end of January 2026, posting an emotional message that immediately went viral. In her words, raw and stripped of any attempt to soften the pain, she revealed that she had lost the love of my life, her baby, Codi. There was no dramatic buildup, no explanation at first, just grief, heartbreak, and a mother's sorrow laid bare for the world to see. Codi Dreaux's life was a fight from the very beginning. She was born in February 2025, 3 months premature, after Cori experienced a serious pregnancy complication known as HELP syndrome. The condition escalated rapidly and forced doctors to perform an emergency C-section to save both mother and baby. Codi entered the world at just 25 weeks, weighing barely over a pound, immediately placed in the neonatal intensive care unit, where machines helped her breathe and survive. From that moment on, Cori's life revolved around hospital rooms, medical updates, and prayers. For nearly 10 months, Codi lived almost entirely inside the NICU. Cori often shared how painful it was to leave the hospital without her baby, how every alarm sound made her heart stop, and how she learned to celebrate milestones most parents never have to think about: stable oxygen levels, a successful feeding, a calm night without complications. Cori never hid how hard the journey was. She spoke openly about crying in the car after hospital visits, questioning why this happened to her child, and struggling to balance hope with fear. At the same time, she leaned heavily on her faith, repeatedly saying that God was carrying her through moments she felt too weak to stand on her own. She called Codi her miracle, her teacher, and her reason to keep pushing forward even on days when exhaustion and fear felt overwhelming. Support poured in throughout that year. Fans, fellow NICU parents, and celebrities followed Codi's progress closely. Many saw Cori not just as Snoop Dogg's daughter, but as a young mother bravely sharing a reality that thousands of families experience in silence. Her honesty resonated deeply with people who had faced premature births, medical uncertainty, and the constant anxiety that comes with having a critically ill child. In early January 2026, there was finally a breakthrough moment that felt like the happy ending everyone had been praying for. On January 6th, Cori announced that Codi was coming home. After nearly 10 months in the hospital, endless tests, procedures, and setbacks, the little girl was finally discharged. Cori shared photos and messages full of gratitude, thanking doctors, nurses, family, and supporters who had prayed for her daughter since day one. She described it as a miracle and said she felt like God had answered her prayers. That moment brought tears of joy to thousands who had followed the journey. Many believed the hardest part was finally over. Cori herself spoke about how surreal it felt to have her baby at home, to hold her without wires, to experience moments she had imagined for nearly a year. For the first time, she was able to live the life of a mother outside hospital walls. But just weeks later, everything changed. On January 26, 2026, tragedy struck. Codi Dreaux passed away at just 10 months old. The family has not publicly shared the exact medical cause of her death, choosing instead to focus on mourning and honoring her life. The loss came suddenly and shocked everyone who had just celebrated Codi's long-awaited return home. 5 days later, Cori shared the heartbreaking news with the world. Her message was brief, heavy, and devastating. She wrote about losing her baby and posted an image that captured the bond between mother and child. The post quickly filled with millions of reactions, comments expressing sorrow, disbelief, and love. Many fans admitted they were crying for someone they had never met because Codi's fight had become personal to so many. Cori's fiancé, Wayne Deuce, also shared his grief publicly. In his message, he spoke directly to his daughter, saying how deeply he missed her and how he believed she was now at peace. His words reflected the pain of a father who had watched his child fight for life since the moment she was born, only to lose her after finally bringing her home. Snoop Dogg, known to the world for his calm presence and legendary career, responded in his own quiet way. He shared a family post expressing love and solidarity with Cori, standing by his daughter during the darkest chapter of her life. As a father and grandfather, his support carried emotional weight, reminding fans that behind the fame is a family dealing with profound loss. The reaction from the public was immediate and overwhelming. Fans, celebrities, fellow parents, and NICU families flooded social media with messages of condolences. Many thanked Cori for sharing her journey so honestly, saying her openness helped them feel less alone in their own struggles. Others spoke about how unfair it felt that after surviving so much, Codi's life ended so soon. This loss also reopened conversations about premature births, long-term medical complications, and the emotional toll on parents. Doctors and NICU advocates emphasized that even when babies come home after long hospital stays, their health can remain fragile. Cori's story became a painful reminder that survival is not always guaranteed, even after months of progress. Despite the overwhelming grief, Cori has continued to receive strength from the community around her. Friends and family have reportedly surrounded her with support, helping her navigate the unimaginable pain of losing a child. Though she has stepped back from frequent updates, her earlier words about faith and resilience have resurfaced, reminding many of the strength she showed throughout Codi's life. Codi Dreaux's story, though short, left a lasting impact. She became a symbol of resilience, hope, and the brutal reality faced by families with medically fragile children. Her life, measured not in years but in courage, touched millions of people who followed her journey from the NICU to home and, heartbreakingly, beyond. For Cori Broadus, the road ahead will not be easy. Grieving a child is a lifelong process, one without a clear ending. But her willingness to share her pain, just as she shared her hope, has created a space for empathy, conversation, and connection. In her darkest moment, she reminded the world of the power of love, even in loss. As fans continue to send prayers and messages, one thing is clear. Codi Dreaux may have been here for only 10 months, but her story will not be forgotten. Her life mattered, her fight mattered, and the love her parents gave her will continue to echo far beyond this tragedy. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.